appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, all right, here we go. It is the Thursday KVJ After the Show podcast. Only one more day to the weekend. And Saturday's live KVJ show at PGA National Resort and Spa.
Oh, I'm getting so excited. I'm getting butterflies. I'm picking out my outfit. I have my shoes. That's all I have. And so I'm building an outfit around these boots that I have that are like just badass boots.
Okay.
What are you wearing?
I am starting the conversation. You know, my wife, the Mexican queen, she is my stylist. So I was just kind of talking to her. I don't think we necessarily have any kind of theme. But, you know, so we're trying to go, you know, from scratch. You want something that's pliable, flexible, got to be able to move.
Movement is important.
Yep.
I didn't love my outfit at the last KVJ Live. We all did a theme. It was suits because we all wore suits to send off suits. Mm-hmm. But I didn't love the way I look in the videos because I just think like my pants were too tight. I had a little bit of a faux pas. It didn't look right.
I got you.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought my shit was popping.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was going to say that. Definitely was.
Do you have your outfit?
Man, you know I'm going to come up with something real nice like. Yeah, I'm dressing up as an egg.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I'll have something fun and goofy.
Okay.
As they say.
All right. That'll be fun. Yeah, I'm actually the thing that I am worried about the most, this hair. Because I know we got what's on your head. You touch my hair, it's gone.
Well, why don't you save that towards the end?
It is. It's pushed a little. It's not all the way at the end because, you know, we need Drunk Girl Trivia to kind of be at the end because you need people to kind of, you know.
Name that nut. Where's that?
I mean, that's always the grand finale.
Oh, boy. We forgot to name that nut.
Oh, I know.
Kevin.
Yeah. Stop the show.
Sacrilegious.
That will fuck up your hair.
Yeah, well, I think, Berg gets to play that one, but I think we wait till the end because that kind of creates a bit of a mess. So.
You don't want to play?
No, he never plays, dog.
No. All right, I'm just trying to switch it up.
Well, he's got fucking beautiful hair. I got Brillo pad hair. You can fucking throw all your nuts on my head.
I wish I had Bird's hair. That'd be amazing. It's strong, it's resilient, it doesn't go out of place. Fantastic.
Throw a rock off my head. I don't think I'd feel it.
Would you be mad if I put like a guy's real nuts in your mouth for Name That Nut?
I would. I would be happy.
Huh. I wouldn't do that, but it is a great idea. Okay. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, it's a great idea for someone who's psychotic.
Yeah, well, if the shoe fits.
Yeah, well. People are asking, are Ken and my son's girlfriend's grandparents coming still? I think so.
Really?
Think so.
Oh, I definitely can't put a guy's nuts in your mouth.
See, I was going to actually say, okay, we're doing the nut thing.
Denny's, how do you feel about taking out your nuts?
If you don't like it, I'll take mine out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're coming. I think my pastor friend is coming. So,
Kevin.
I know. Yeah, Kim has got quite a guest list going on, the Mexican queen.
Maybe we could start off the podcast with a prayer?
I don't know. I don't know if we go that way. I think you probably just let him sit in the background.
Separation.
Yeah.
From church and state.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we're the state.
Church and filth.
Yes. Yeah, I think we'll just let them sit back and take it all in.
And then when they've had enough,
pray for us. Yes.
Put them in the back. So when they've had enough, they can just leave.
You know, I mean, hey, they may be resilient, you know, troopers. They may be like, all right,
well,
let's see what happens.
I played baseball with a bunch of religious guys that they wouldn't speak like the other players, but they would laugh. They weren't funny-duddies.
Yeah,
they have a good, just because you're religious doesn't mean you don't have a good sense of humor.
Yeah, they've seen it all. I mean, they're not going to be surprised. They're not like easily offended or anything like that. So, yeah, I think it'll be okay. But, you know, they may be like, this is one and done, but, you know.
Well, I wouldn't say we're that. I mean, we use coarse language at times, but, I mean, we're not, we're not sword fighting each other and doing all kind of.
Yeah. And, it's not going to change what I do. I'm going to do what I do and what I've always done. Somebody's like, oh, Kevin's going to be not drink. And I didn't drink a ton at the last one, just because we were moving so fast and things were going on. But
it is tough to drink, believe it or not, at those kind of events because we're doing, the only time I ever drink is usually either before the event and you can't really get too shitty. During the event, unless someone brings the drink to the table, I don't usually drink unless we're doing a bit.
Yeah, we're going to have a couple bits for the share a shot.
I had airplane bottles of Fireball in my pants at the last one. I just kept pulling them out.
You were always the X Factor. Yes, you are. Yeah. And you also got, there's at least two shots and they were both doubles that you got to the table for me during that last podcast.
Because I order like a friend.
Yes.
She does, but she fucking witch, she gets me so sloppy.
Well, it's just you don't want to be the sloppiest.
And I wasn't. I was not. It was you.
I know.
No, the last one
we held it together at the Black Box. Because I remember the ride home.
That was the one with Suits?
Yes.
Suits was the most fucked up.
Which he should be.
He should have been. It was his last show.
His last show, he should be the most fucked up.
Agreed.
He was doing the Suits sway.
He was, yeah. And that's all good.
You could always hear when Suits was drunk. It's gotta get this kind of voice going. Let me tell you something.
And he would start cursing a lot.
He'd start cursing and then turn into a T-Rex with his arms.
Fuck.
Let me fucking tell you guys something.
I gotta fucking tell you. He got lippy with Kevin.
He turned into like the old Muppet guys, but hammered.
Yes. Oh, I miss that kid.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yes, I'll be drinking, but yeah, I'm probably not going to be shit-faced because if I am, then we're not following any show, and it's not a show. You're just looking at 3 or 4 drunk people. We'd be like, we'd be doing slapping each other. And
it would get out of
it would just be like, what am I even watching? Yes.
Although there's a market for that.
There is, yeah. But,
You keep it together until the very end. And I think at the very end, it's kind of fun to get a little sloppy. And hopefully everybody in the crowd is on the same page and we're all just pirates together.
Well, I know you were interested in watching that Kill Tony podcast. Dude, that thing is just a drunk fest. You can see the guest getting drunker and drunker as that podcast goes on. And by the end of that thing, it is a fucking mess.
What does the host do? Does he get really hammered too?
He can get hammered as well. Oh, yeah. He's not. I've seen him very hammered before. But yes, I would say he doesn't get as hammered on the reg. Like there is some kind of consistency.
Yeah.
But it can get pretty messy. And it's still fun to watch.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll play it by ear. Yeah, that's the fun thing about these live shows is you just don't know where it's going to go. So you just kind of go into it and you got a plan. You figure probably about 5 minutes into it, well, fuck that plan. You
have a plan.
Yeah.
Until you don't.
Yeah.
Plan B is always fuck that plan.
It's the Mike Tyson saying, in a sense, done for radio. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And that's what
true.
It is. I go in here, I'm like, we got a flawless plan. Boof. Oh, fuck. All right, I don't know what we're doing.
I might turn the mother nutter on you.
Yeah, at that point, if we all look at each other and we don't know what's going down and there's some shit just isn't working, just grab the mother nutter and just start spraying my ass.
That's it. I got a question here from Chris, and she said, will Saturday's ATS at the PGA National Resort and Spa be available to watch on YouTube like it was last year? It will on Sunday morning. So just because everybody is coming out and they're paying to see this, we've decided, for them, and to be fair, that you will not be able to stream it live on Saturday night, but you can get up on Sunday and you'll be able to watch it. We'll drop it sometime as early as we can in the morning.
And just in case I say something that we're not supposed to say, we can edit it out.
No edits?
Yeah, that's right.
It's not real journalism.
It's true. It's true.
I like to get lippy and then regretful. That's my act.
It would be cool to not spend half my Sunday feeling, did I ruin the show?
Yeah.
One of us always calls the others and goes, did I make anybody mad?
The best, though, is when all three, except for Kevin, because Kevin wasn't blacked out drunk. It was the
Kennel Club?
No, the bar by my house.
Oh, the Crazy Horse.
That's
Crazy
when
Horse, yeah.
Denny's threw up. We were mixing liquor. That place is not a big place, and it was packed like sardines in that thing.
I was shooting whiskey with you.
There was whiskey, then there was vodka, then there was rum.
Oh, yeah.
And people just kept giving it to us. And if you would decline it, some people get mad and
You're a pussy.
And you're not able to run it. That was the event where I met this lovely woman and it was her husband or boyfriend. She's like, I just love your show. I think it's amazing. Thank you guys, blah, blah, blah. And then husband goes, I fucking hate it. I don't understand it. You really get paid for that shit? It's fucking stupid. I'm like, okay, you guys have a good night. And then I go to move and I can't move. So what do you like about the show?
What do you hate about me?
I couldn't move. I was stuck. This guy, if he could have killed me, he would have killed me.
Dang.
Right to my face. I fucking hate your show. I don't fucking get it. It's stupid.
So amazing.
It's amazing. I'm like, huh. All right. Don't let the whiskey work, bird.
Well, why the fuck are you here?
Oh, believe me, I took the peaceful route. And I can't fight either, so that was the right move.
Josie said I had started with this new therapist about a year ago. We connected, and she's been extremely helpful to me. But today, it's the end of our session. She asked me what we would do this weekend, now that we can kind of hang out, that I'm done with it. And I told her that we're going to be going to the KVJ Live on Saturday. And I understand why we connected, because she is also a huge KVJ fan. And we started a conversation about how good you guys are. She told me that she's a fan for almost 20 years.
Dang, girl.
She taking any new clients?
I meet her on Saturday.
Yeah, we could use a little group therapy.
Does she have time for a 5-minute sesh?
Quick.
Yeah, Cliff Notes.
She said, I then went to the supermarket, and coincidentally, I came across a lady who was listening to KVJ out loud. I could not hold my smile as I want to share this and tell you guys how much I love y'all. And it was great starting a conversation with her as well over the show. I'm always meeting new people because of you.
I love
That's the beautiful thing about it.
Well, hopefully all of y'all are coming out on Saturday night so we can drink together and party together.
I like the stories when people meet through the KVJ show and then they get married, or they're boyfriend, girlfriend, or boyfriend, or whatever's going on.
I love that. You know, get there early. Go enjoy yourself in the lobby bar at PGA on Saturday. You don't have to wait till 5. Like, get there at 3. They have great food in the lobby bar. They have great cocktails, the KVJ signature cocktails, and mix and mingle. Make friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fun.
Saw my daughter, Caitlin, was in the chat. Sadly, she's not going to be there on Saturday, so she's working and out of town.
Well,
so.
She's having a European vacation of my dreams.
If she was in town, she'd be working for us.
Oh, yeah, she would. Yeah, she would. She big shoes to fill. She did a great job with the social media stuff last year.
She did a great job. And then she did a great job, too, telling stories.
Yeah, and another one, yeah. Boy, I'll tell you, that was memorable.
That
one of
was
the more memorable
great.
moments from any of our live shows. Absolutely. Wayne said, I was listening yesterday and you brought up the subject of what Uber drivers do as far as music in their cars. I drive for Uber, and my regular job is I keep the windows up, AC on, and WRMF on low at all times. And I even wear an earbud to listen to what I want to. Never once I've been asked to change the station. Well, that's good. He's spreading the love through Tamarak.
I love
WRMF.
it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Love Tamarak. Appreciate that. Also got an email here from Doug. He said, Kevin, I heard a new song by Mary Cutter, who is a country artist. It's about how Big Pharma decimated the Appalachian areas. It's good, but I'm afraid it won't get much play. It sticks it to the insurance and medical community over opioids. Still a great song.
Sounds like a good party song. You want to play it on Saturday?
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Yeah, it's Appalachia. Well, Appalachia, I don't think it's ever been going through a good time, but it's kind of the little economic region where I'm from. I'm in the northernmost county of Appalachia. That's how we say it there. It's Appalachia. Like I threw an Appalachia. That's how I say it.
Oh, Appalachia.
Yeah, people that are, you can tell when they're not from Appalachia. It's kind of like people from Boca Raton.
Yeah.
You know, you always know you ain't from around these parts.
Pronunciation gives it away.
Yeah, but they've always had issues. Yeah, the whole opioid thing. I left, thankfully, before it got that way. But I remember my mom was always telling me, she's like, yeah, we got a huge opioid problem here.
Really?
So. Yeah, there's a lot of little small, kind of almost like bluegrassy artists. There was a guy that actually had a hit kind of went a little bit country, and he was singing basically about how tough it is economically and all that over the last couple of years. And so, yeah, they sing about, you want to talk about hard times. Country music loves hard times. Just go live in Appalachia for a while. You'll have 10 albums worth of hard times.
Appalachia is real.
Appalachia, don't ever fucking move here.
They have it's like a reality show all about inbred people.
Yeah.
And they do a big focus on Appalachia. And you got like 22 people living in one house. They're all related, and they're all brothers, and they're all
they're all
parents together, and
it's just brothers, or it's brothers and sisters?
Brothers and sisters, parents and uncles and aunts and all of it, and they're all related, and they don't go outside the house.
Yeah.
Like they go outside the house, but I guess all they do is sleep with each other.
Isn't that illegal?
Yeah, that's not one of the rules they enforce.
Who's going to police it?
So it is illegal, but it's not enforced.
They're in the damn mountains.
Honestly, believe it or not, they got more problems that have more priority than somebody banging their sister.
Well, but if you're having incest babies,
they are. When you see the faces, and they're all like ganked, like they're just your eyes up here, your other eyes down here. You're like, that's incest.
Yeah, it's a problem. Welcome to Appalachia.
Look that up on your YouTube.
I'm not ever typing the word. I'm not going to even type Appalachia in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely Appalachia reality about inbred families. I was watching some the other day, and I was like, oh, my gosh.
You go to some parts you wouldn't believe you're in America.
I always wonder, because we have so many people down here, and there's so much going on. But you're right, there's still parts of the country that is in the middle of nowhere where
America's unique. We've got some radically big changes in the way people think and how people live that you would never imagine. Be like, that's happening here in this country. Yeah, it's crazy. I grew up with people in school who didn't have indoor plumbing.
Wow.
This is in the 80s and 90s.
Do you think that's still going on?
Don't know.
By the look of some of these houses, I would say, yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
It looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
Outdoor house, is there, I don't know anything about this kind of thing. Is there water involved, or are you just going out there to take a dump and you're wiping and getting the hell out?
No, it's you have an outhouse. So it's basically a big old hole, and it's like, I know it, because I think I was a kid when my grandma's farm, they got indoor plumbing, and otherwise you had to go out, and it was a wooden toilet. You go out, if it's freezing cold, you go out to the shitter.
Wooden toilet?
Yeah.
I'd get splinters in my ass.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, your delicate buns couldn't handle Appalachia.
You have to be a hard ass, literally.
I don't do anything light.
Yeah.
So I'd get splinters.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think they had an actual kind of like plastic seat, but it was, the base of it was wood. And you just sit on that thing and let it fly, baby.
Imagine that.
There's no plumbing. There's no rinsing. There's no...
They had a well. So what you would do, you would go and you would pump this thing, and then water would come up out of the ground, and that's how they would get their water.
You have to do that first before you poop?
No, there's no water with the poop. You poop it in a hole. This is when you need water for the house.
Dry hole.
Yeah, dry hole.
Wet well.
I just feel like that's...
Pooping is dry. It's just you in this little shed.
Yeah.
And you go in there and you leave your gift and you sit on a wooden seat.
Mm-hmm.
That's just...
And then you close the door behind you and you just pooped on top of your mom's poop and your dad's poop.
It is. That's it. Pile of family poo.
Good gosh.
And then they move the outhouse to a new spot.
They will. After it gets to a certain point and start to fill it up, then you got to dig a new hole.
They just move the wooden structure.
Yeah.
I thought Kev was the outhouse guy, but you seem to know a lot about this shit.
She does know her. She knows her way around an outhouse.
I watched that Appalachia special. It was fascinating.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch it too.
I sold it.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Kristen, she said, you guys may have gotten these suggestions before, but I think Kevin would really like this show, Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV. It's starring John Hamm. People didn't tell me about this. I'm going to add it to my list. In fact, we had our company CEO was in town, and she's everybody at the table was big into watching shows and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of cool. And so that was one of the suggestions that came up. The other show that they mentioned is one she mentions as well, Shrinking on Apple TV. With Jason Segel and Harrison Ford.
I've heard a lot of people say it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that is pretty good. It's about therapy, grief, family, and friendship. And I heard it's funny with some raunchy humor. Also pulls at the heartstrings. Harrison Ford is hilarious. The cast dynamics are pretty damn good. Episode's about 30, 40 minutes long. There are 3 seasons of it. Yeah,
What's it called? Shrinking?
Yeah, Shrinking. And then the John Hamm Show is Your Friends and Neighbors. I got to add that because I don't have that yet. And lastly, there's a big legal case that took place in Massachusetts about the death of a police officer named John O'Keefe, and his girlfriend Karen Reed was accused of killing him. Her first trial ended with a hanging jury, and she was recently retried and acquitted. And HBO Max has a 5-part documentary about the first trial. It is fascinating. There is so much controversy, conspiracy, and twist to this story. It tore their town apart and made national news. And I think I've heard they're going to try to reopen the case to see if maybe it wasn't the cops that actually murdered him.
I think from everything I've heard that it was the cops. And the house that they had that party at where they think he was murdered in the basement, all of a sudden, after his death, they remodeled the house. They got rid of the dog. They sold the house. Those people don't even live in that house anymore. Yeah. And it was cops that were there at the party that night. A bunch of cops that were friends with each other.
Were they afraid the dog was going to roll over on them?
The dog actually bit the guy.
Oh, so he really was part of the crime. They got him out of here.
He really was part of the crime. And there was dog bites on the deceased.
And are we sure that dog made it out? If you're going to kill a human, you're going to...
No, I think what happened is the cops were all deciding to... go after this one guy, John, and John tried to fight back. And the owner of the house, whose dog was there, was probably being protective of his master when he saw John fighting back against the owner of the house, whoever that person is. Dogs protect their master.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's my theory.
So the dog might be on the run. We got to get some protection for this dog.
The dog.
Star witness.
If dogs could talk, he could probably say exactly how the shit went down.
I know, right? Can you imagine if animals could speak? How many of them would have been great witnesses in so many trials?
Get the dog whisperer, Cesar.
Yeah.
Get him and have him let us know what the dog has to say. That nobody can find the dog.
Yeah, I'm a dog whisperer too. I'm just as good as Cesar.
Prove it.
Well, give me a dog. I'll tell you exactly what it's saying, and then prove that I'm wrong. You can't.
Yeah. Got an email from Craig. He said, Jaybird was showing a picture of Wolverine that has been floating around the internet for a while. It's been edited a bit to make it look like two Batmans kissing.
I am sick of getting tricked.
You got AI tricked.
What the shit?
Yeah. I think that was the one there he's talking about. So I guess it's somebody made it, but it's not.
Still, I don't know.
It's not far off. Yeah, I don't know if that's the original or if that might be the one that's the joke one, because it almost still does look like they're kissing.
Yeah, it still does. Is that the joke one or the real one?
He didn't say in this, but I would assume that maybe that is the joke one. Be my guess.
What's the real one look like?
I don't think Kevin has that answer. But you can keep asking him, though.
Yeah. Kevin, I need the real one.
You got to talk to Craig. He sent the email.
Just fucking pull up on your computer.
I'm going to Google it, Craig.
Okay.
Didn't you say old people are the ones that say, I'm going to Google it? Isn't there a new term that the kids say? Instead of Googling it, it's...
Yeah, what is it? Just, I can't remember.
I'm going to search it?
Yeah, it was search or something basic because, Google may not be it anymore. Got an email from Victoria. She said, my niece is a police officer for the city of Miami and works in a special unit, and she does have to stay in shape. They give them time to go to the gym and run and all that stuff, but it sounds like they may have to pass a fitness test.
Yeah, people were sending me messages. They go, Bird, it depends on the department and what their procedures and practices are. Mm-hmm. Everyone's different, I guess.
Okay.
You would think that would be something that they should do, but maybe if it's like, a force with a lot of older guys on it, they're just like,
Yeah.
Well, that retired police officer that I was talking with did not speak kindly of out-of-shape police officers.
Well, I think it becomes a danger to yourself and to the community you're serving.
Well, if that's your partner and you got to rely on somebody and you are dealing with somebody and your partner is a little bit further away and they can't get to you because of their fat ass not being able to move, I'd be like, come on, dog. Why don't you drop
Please,
some LBs?
Dog, I need you.
Yeah. I took 2 shots to the leg because you couldn't get here fast enough.
Because you're eating a chicken leg.
Yeah.
Put down the Twinkie, bitch.
Oh, that'd be rough. Yeah. And then I get back and he's in the patrol car eating donuts. I'd be like, you motherfucker, you chop them damn donuts.
If you even if you didn't get shot, let's say you had a really close call and you get back to the car,
sure.
and they're just like wiping out some sugar.
Yeah.
From
Like,
the
wait
donut.
a minute.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I can't rely on you, man. You got to have my back.
I can be Crockett, but you cannot be Tubbs.
Have my
Yes,
back,
right.
not baby back.
And good advice here from Andrew. We were talking about why you're all ready to send your kid back to school, even though we're not even in July yet. And a big part of it was costs, how much the kids are eating or just things that they're doing. And Andrew said, if your school offers free meals, that's one way to budget for meals. And I think some might during the summer even, where you can go and still get hot meals for them, because they do realize that otherwise, I know for some kids, especially in some poor communities, boy, they really worry about summertime. 1, feeding the kids. And then 2, one of my friends, he was basically saying, he's like, it's a really tough time in the hood because a lot of kids, they're unchecked and it's really dangerous for them in the summertime. And he said it was typical. I remember growing up, there would always be a couple kids in the neighborhood or whatever that get shot or whatever. And so, it really is. The summertime is in some of those neighborhoods. It's a time to really worry because the parents got to work. They got to make money and the kids are kind of unchecked and, they're running around acting a fool and not really supervised. And some things like that can happen. Like, that's rough, man. He said there are loads of free events like at the Wellington Mall. Public Library's got a lot of stuff. There's a meal program, too, for free. So I think maybe if you are kind of strapped for that, you can legit look and you might be able to find some free ways to entertain kids and get them fed as well.
The library is a great source for free stuff. It really is. I was talking with a KVJ Nationer at our KVJ road cleanup that we did.
Yep.
And he had heard me on the air talking about getting an Audible subscription because I love books on tape. I love to listen to them, not to read them. And he said, just go to the library. You don't need an Audible subscription. You can go there and check them out and then return them when you're done and you don't ever have to pay a dime.
Yeah, right.
I was like, ooh, that's a good tip.
Yeah, it is. So
And bring your kids when you're going to get your Audible. Bring them and have them get stuff that they're into too.
yeah, it'd be interesting to hear all the programs that are out there and maybe there is a deficit where we could, we need other programs. That would be something to look into. How can we do that to fill that gap? Because I know there are some legit concerns and some really big needs that are not as humorous.
If you go to the library, though, act appropriate. There's a video of some creepster. He's on the public library, and you obviously can't get porn there because they'll shut it down. But he was on some site where all these girls were in really, really almost naked. He got on it and he was filming it off the library computer, but somebody was filming him doing it and walk right up to him and the look of shame in his face, like, oh, I'm not doing nothing wrong. Be on your best behavior.
Shame, shame. We know your name.
Yep. And that's why, during the summer, we do Camp KVJ, and we try to do so much stuff for at least, the people that can win to offset some of the costs. And Susie had said, I want to give a quick shout out to 97.9 for the Kidz Bop tour tickets.
Woohoo!
It's going to be my son Kenneth's first concert. We're going tonight. See you at the live show this weekend, too.
Aww.
We're listening to Kidz Bop.
Kidz Bop. Yeah, it's going to be, I think, financial. Could you imagine being in the midst of that amphitheater, down in it with the kids screaming and
oh my gosh,
that is a lot.
Whoa.
I might take hell over that.
My goodness. Wow.
That's when whatever it costs, you pay the babysitter to take them.
Dang.
Whatever it costs.
Yep.
A Kidz Bop concert would be fucking trippy and rough to get through. That would be that Kidz Bop shit kind of scares me. Something unsettling about it.
Mm-hmm. And Veronica here talking about the food in Europe. It's absolutely not the same as in the United States. My mom lives in Spain, which does not make me an expert on Europe by any means, but it does make me a good test subject for somebody that has spent extended periods of time there. And I usually have to use either almond or oat milk, which you just don't find there. And I've had zero stomach issues when I am in Europe. When I visit, I'm usually just kicking in with my mom. we spend a lot of time at home eating and drinking, or in town with the bars and restaurants, eating and drinking there. And one day we sat in the middle of the small town's outdoor bar having a memorial for my dad that had passed last year. We sat there for 7 hours just having tapas throughout the night, sipping on drinks. And I came back to America actually having lost weight without much movement every single day. And it's not about weight. My skin, mood, and sleep is all better as well. It's not an opinion that Americans are so obese because we are sold chemicals mixed into foods that cause, amongst other things, addictions to junk food and those additives. Even the chips and chocolate over there just taste so much fresher somehow.
Amen.
You do not see the levels of obesity over there like you do here. It's a fact. This is not to body shame the weight shame Americans, but we just need to know that we are being poisoned in this country.
We have allowed these food manufacturers to poison us for their own profits. Mm-hmm. That is absolutely 100% something I believe in.
It wasn't that I was even allowing. I think some people just thought you were told, this is fine, eat this. It wasn't that long ago where people were eating lean cuisine and healthy choice, and then you find out that stuff wasn't that good for you.
But it's in everything because it starts with the farming. It starts with the chemicals that we are allowed to put into our soil and spray on our fruits and vegetables. And that's where it all begins. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these pharmaceutical companies that have your cancer treatments also own pesticide companies.
Yeah, it is a real deep dive if you want to talk about the differences, and it seems maybe like a small change where you just regulate, as they're starting to try to do now with some of the dyes and things like that. But I think it goes a little bit deeper because I think it's the cultural thing as well. In America, we just move so fast. We cram so much into our days. I don't believe it is the same way in Europe. They take more time to eat. A lot of times they will sit there for a while. He's talking about having tapas for 7 hours. I know my mom, when she would go there, would say, they would have their dinner would be about 4 hours. And they just sit there and they're just kind of lightly eating the whole time and talking and socializing. And they really respect taking quality time.
Balance.
Yes. And the other thing they do is they're going to the market almost every single day.
I love that.
What that means, you're buying fresh food, but then the markets too realize they don't need all of those chemicals to try to preserve the food, because what they don't sell in a day, they pretty much just throw out. And so then they start fresh the next day. So you're getting the fresh breads and everything else. It doesn't have the preservatives in it because they don't need it, because of how their culture is there. And that's a radical change for us. We would have to change a lot more than just slapping a couple restrictions on some food.
No, you're right.
It's a complete overhaul of how we serve our food in this country. But we are destroying ourselves and our guts from the inside out. And we are creating additional illness, cancer, cell damage, horrible stuff we are doing to ourselves because we're letting these food manufacturers poison us.
I'm gonna try to grow a tomato. I'm gonna start off small.
Do it.
See how it goes.
You could do it.
I believe in it. Yeah. I'll tell you because I eat a lot of tomatoes. I want to know if my tomato tastes different than other tomatoes.
So growing up, we had a whole tomato garden. And I'll tell you, tomatoes are very easy to grow. You can be not that great at growing stuff and still grow tomatoes.
Okay. An easy one to grow.
It's an easy one to grow.
Yeah, a little tomato garden.
Do it.
I like the sound of that.
Veronica said, Virginia, you'll have the most magical time in Italy. And even my daughter said, she said food is a lot fresher here for some reason. And she's over in Europe right now.
I can't wait to go to Italy. And I am going to bring you back real Italian pizza. I'm going to order it like you like it. No sardines and all that stuff like Caitlin was showing us.
Yeah.
Just cheese, sauce, and crust.
That's the last thing you're going to do then.
Yeah.
The very last thing. Where's my ticket?
On the way.
I got to get a pizza.
On the way to the airport, I will get you a pizza and I will fly it back. It'll be as fresh as it can be.
I will be just tickled pink. I would love that. That'd be so much fun. Mm-hmm. I'd like to go, but...
You're welcome to go. You're invited.
I appreciate that.
I know you're filming the movie that weekend.
Got an email from Erica. A little shout out here to the EBBLL. That is the East Boynton Beach Little League Seniors team. They are set to play for the state championship in Plant City.
Are they little leagues or are they seniors?
Senior League, I believe, is that 11 and 12 or 13 and 14? It might be 13 and 14.
Okay.
There, it goes Little League, and I think it does go senior.
Oh, so it's not like senior, like 70-year-olds.
No, they have that shit too.
Yeah, so they're going to be playing this weekend in pursuit of a state championship. I'd be more proud of these boys.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Let's drive the ball opposite field. Here we go.
There you go. That's a birdism right there for you. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they do some legit ball in Boynton Beach.
Yeah, they do. They've been good for quite a long time.
They were the last South Florida team to make the World Series, right? The Little League World Series?
I don't know if they were.
Wasn't that East Point that was in that?
It was.
Like 20-plus years ago?
I bet against them.
Yeah.
And I won. Look, Japan, they are fucking just sluggers, man. Yeah, I thought one other team might have come close, but yeah, that's the one that sticks out.
Okay. All right. Well, best of luck to them. Maybe they'll be back on their way. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, we've only got one more day to get to the live show and the weekend. We are going to have some tickets for that live show with the No Name Movie Game tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can play and win those tickets with us. So make sure you are here. We'll talk to you then. Goodbye.